broken half, I got too many scars. Put my trust in them and they broke my heart. Death's gotta be easy, cause life is hard, yeah.
It's the beginning of my senior year at Montclair State University. It does feel a bit surreal that I'm here at this point and that I'm going on to a new journey. However, it's been a really bad summer for me, and the last couple months just haven't been the best. Mentally and emotionally, I'm tired. I just want to start over. And a part of me feels like I'm maybe running from my problems. And they're not, and the thing about my problems, really, part of my problems aren't really my problems. They're somewhat of other people's problems. And they've kind of made them mine, like personal family issues and stuff like that. And because I'm such empathetic, I feel like I've allowed those things to take a toll on me. I want to create my reality. This feels like every time I take a foot forward and I try to have a good day, I try to do certain things. People present things on my lap, and I don't want to be selfish, and I don't want to have to like, no, this is not for me. This is not my issue. Like, I'm gonna just constantly feel this form of guilt, but at the same time, it's like if I'm not ever selfish with my time, with my space, with my energy, I'm never gonna get anywhere. And it's like, I know this, but like when I'm at my lowest points and things really do trigger my mental health, it's hard for me to sit up and be like, I'm gonna put me first. I'm gonna be honest, it don't feel like I'm fearless. I know that right now I'm in a state where I'm growing out of that little girl. I'm growing into the woman I'm supposed to be, the woman I need to be. But it's extremely difficult to me right now to outgrow who I've been my entire life, because I don't know how to be someone else. It feels like I'm being broken down in order to be built up. I be in pain. Like, it hurts. Like, not physical pain, but like the kind of pain that you can't even put your finger on. And it's crazy that I've been going through it for 5 to 6 months, because I personally feel like it felt like the time flew by. It felt like life passed me. So to be here now and to need support, to know that the reason why I'm here right now is because I didn't feel like I had that, just proves that I needed it. But it's hard to adjust. It's hard to move into that person. It's hard to be that person that needs help. Sometimes you are in a place and you don't have the capacity to help. So what do you do then when you're the only one that cares? Crazy how like the week before I could have literally been in crisis mode, and like this week it just feels like so many things are starting to make sense, and they're starting to like work out in a way, and it's not perfect yet. It will never be perfect, but it's not perfect. Things aren't perfect. They're never gonna be perfect, but I can slowly see them coming together and getting better. I've just been trying my best to take things day by day and just getting through everything. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to share. It's low-key, I'm irritated as hell, and yeah, honestly, therapist kept asking me like, how am I feeling, and y'all, I really don't know how I feel other than irritated. I'm already telling y'all how much pressure and stress that I'm under. It should be implied. Like, I'm in school still. I have work. I have school. And to get frustrated with me because I don't have the time to do that is so annoying, because no one calls me and says, yo, Tayana, you need help and assistance with this stuff? You heard me say, I'm really stressed. I'm depressed. I'm not in a good place. I'm going to resign from my job. I need to take care of my mental health. you know, really and truly, I'm venting about this to my phone because, you know I should try my best not to get upset and allow it to bother me that much. Could y'all give me a break real quick? I don't even have time to check on myself and, you know, take care of me and make sure I'm all right. I don't have time for that shit at all. And I know, like, eventually, like, what will be will be, and you know, it'll work itself out in a way. I know that what I'm going through right now is preparing me and putting me in a place that I need to be, so that I could be the person I need to be to receive the blessings that I'm gonna receive. That's what I genuinely believe. That I think that this is really the last lesson within that stage of childhood that I needed to learn to let go of the childhood. When you hit rock bottom and things are really dark in your life, the people who don't really serve no purpose in your life begin to stick out way more. Dumb niggas begin to stick out like a sore thumb. But now that I'm really, every day is a fight and a struggle to get out of bed. Every day is a fight and a struggle to keep going and to keep reassuring yourself, yo, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I pray and I hope that you got a method behind your madness. When you start feeling like that, you know, and you got people around you who only add into that shit, you started looking like, I personally just kind of think it's because we're outgrowing each other. I think that the person I used to be, I'm no longer that person. So it's like I no longer align with the person they are now, because I'm not the person that I used to be anymore. You know, I don't know if that's making any sense, but I think people don't necessarily understand I think they understand how to be a good friend, but it's like they don't know how to be a good friend to me. You can fall in love with potential with friends. You know what they have the potential to be, who they have the potential to be, and what they have the potential to be to you if they just gave you a little bit more effort. It's one thing to put people before yourself, advocate for people, show up for people, be present for people, right? It's one thing to do that for those people, especially when they ask you and they appreciate it. It's one thing to have a support system that tells you that they're going to show up for you, that they're going to be there for you, that they're going to help you, that they're going to love you, that they're going to understand. They understand. It's one thing to have all of that, and those people, and have people tell you that, and they actually follow through. They actually show up. They actually support. Even if they do actually show up, they actually support. They actually follow up. It's one thing to have them do all those things and not make you feel like a burden. Not make you feel like you're stressing them out. Not make you feel like you've bitten off more than you can chew. Especially when they encouraged, motivated, and pushed you to make these decisions contingent upon their support. So that's all one thing. But to have all those things and all of them being consistent, it's something else. When you're showing up for somebody and you're supporting people and they're acting very much unappreciative, when people offer assistance, offer support, offer help that they know that they're not capable of giving, and they don't follow through with their support, which makes them look flaky, and you finally get in a space in your life where the only concern you have is you, having that taken away from you definitely feels like your identity has been taken in a way. At least for me it does. And not having all of these people that love and support you not understand the pain or struggle that you may be facing, it's really challenging to be around those people, because all you could think about is the fact that if these people truly loved and supported me, they would show up for me. It's really hard to understand why they can't be there, why they can't show up, and what's so hard about it. I guess I'm saying all of this to say that, like, people have showed me their truest of truest colors in the time that I've been going through what I've been going through. It's just very unfortunate. I haven't been treated, or I haven't felt like I was a priority to them. I haven't felt like they appreciated me. I believe that we rise by lifting others, but I believe that we can only rise on our own. It's hard to rise with people who aren't really dedicated to rising. They're dedicated to their past. They're dedicated to their trauma. They're dedicated to holding on to things that have affected them in the past. They're dedicated to holding on to that grief, to that sorrow, to that anger. Because while you're trying to look ahead, you're trying to make a future, you're trying to move up, it's like they're pulling you backwards. They're pulling you back into their trauma. And it's really uncomfortable, but it's really exhausting when it's people that you care and you love. But I think what makes it even harder is when the people you care and you love, while you're giving, especially if you're not in a place to give, and you were already not in a place to give, you were already in a bad place, you were already stressed, you were already not doing that well, and then you decide to help someone that is also struggling. How the hell do you get yourself up out of what you done put yourself in? And a part of the reason why all this has been hard as well is because right before all of this, I was questioning my resilience. I was questioning, I've always been able to get through everything I've gone through in life. I've always been able to come out on top. I've always been able to bounce back. I've always been able to say, yo, you know what? This shit is happening right now, but it's not going to be the end of me. But in that moment, in that period of my life, I could not say that. So while I was already going through depression and questioning whether I was resilient, questioning whether I was strong, questioning whether I could get through my own fucking depression, someone else's depression and stress, and another person's depression and stress piled into that. The reason why I haven't taken my own advice for such a long time has been because it's kind of hard to. And I say that because you don't see what you're doing until you do it. At least that's how I feel in my situation. Because see, family and cultivating a community that loves and supports you is important to me, right? So I figured, okay, let me show up in the relationships that I have. Let me be present in the relationships that I have. Let me be a good friend, be a good sister, be a good mentor, be a good leader. Let me be that person in all ways and aspects of my life, because that's what will help my relationships. That's what will bring me happiness. That's what will make me feel loved and supported and feel like I have people around me that really fuck with me, and I'm going to be able to get things done because I got a team behind me. And those are the things that I thought I was doing by being present and having those family members and those friends and showing up for them. But what I think I failed to realize was I was making people and friends, like just people in general, priorities in my life when I wasn't actually a priority in their life, when they didn't look at me that way, and those weren't their goals and they weren't actively working towards them. So I was trying to make everyone else a priority that didn't find me and my priorities a priority. That I've made people and things a priority in my life that do not serve my priorities, my goals. Yesterday, I shared that I do this. Like, I record myself and I never go back and watch it. Because I want to go back and watch it at some point when I'm not in this period of life. And I want to reflect on it, But anyways, yeah, today looks like it's going to be a good day. I don't foresee any stress. None of that today. I don't foresee none of that. But, I wanted to still record today because when I go to look back at all these videos, I want to make sure that I'm not always sad, you know. It's been a very trying season in my life, and I'm in the process of taking back control of my life. While I do put on a mask and I put on a facade to make sure that I am okay and I look okay and I'm perceived as happy and I'm good and strong to everyone. And I do laugh and joke sometimes when, like, I'm not in a laughing or a joking mood. Today is the ladies first. No, what am I saying? Today is a WLA retreat. I am going there because I know I'm going to enjoy myself, and I know I'm going to have a beautiful time with the ladies that are a part of the WLA, and I know it's going to be a moving retreat, so I'm excited to go. Even yesterday, which was Friday, I was just having I noticed that, like, I'm noticing the change in my attitude. I've noticed that my attitude has been better. And when I say attitude, like my everyday outlook on life, my mood, it's been better. Granted, it's not perfect. I'm not always happy-go-lucky, and I'll never be that. But I've noticed that I don't feel as down all the time. I'm bouncing back a little easier than I was before, when things happen, and yeah, so I feel better, and that's a big thing for me to say, because honestly, I've been feeling bad and down, and I've just been feeling this huge weight since April of 2019. It is now October, and it's one more week in October. I just can't wrap my mind around people, and I know that I never will be able to, and I know if I try, I'm gonna drive myself insane. But people are so self-centered, and the minute that you emulate what they emulate, you're the bad guy, you're a spoiled brat, you're being, and it's just like, I'm about to put myself in a position where I don't have to deal with it. And I'm going to put myself in a position where I'm okay at all times. And that I make sure that I'm all right. And that I'm surrounding myself with people that make sure that I'm all right. I make sure I surround myself around people who don't make me feel less inferior or make me feel like less of a person or any of that shit, just because I am currently experiencing something, I'm currently going through something, so they have something to dangle over my head. Or make me feel like because they're looking out for me, or they're whatever the case may be, or by doing the bare minimum that they're doing me a favor. People could be doing you a favor, but my mother and any other Jamaican mother, any Jamaican family has heard this shit. Liberty comes through carelessness. So I was not careless. However, I take everything on my chin as a lesson to me. And in a sense, I know that can be a bad thing, but I think it has also toughened my exterior, and it's made me ready for a lot of real life experiences that I know a lot of my peers wouldn't be able to go through and get through in the manner that I have. And I say that I was there, you know. I made myself available to everyone to be that helper. And not everybody making themselves available for me, or they're limiting their availability. And as they fucking should. As I said earlier in all of this, like in one of my earlier videos, people should put themselves first. I'm the only dummy that's not. That ain't nobody else's fault but mine. However, liberty comes through carelessness. There are choices and consequences. I made certain choices, and I'm receiving some of the consequences, and now I am in a space where I'm ready to take control back of my life. I'm ready to be the narrator of my life. I'm tired of allowing other people to narrate where my life is going to go. And it feels painful to cut ties with people that are narrating these different things and putting me in these positions, but I'm allowing them to put me in these positions. I'm not stopping them and saying, no, I won't. No, I can't help. No, I'm allowing it. And what you allow will continue. And I've allowed it, and it has continued. So, you know, that's why I say I take everything else on the chin. Anybody that knows my situation personally would be like, T, nah, this not your fault. And it's not my fault, you know. I didn't cause this. I'm just receiving like the aftermath of all of other people's decisions and their life choices. However, I have a choice to put myself in positions where I can break out of toxic friends, family, acquaintances, toxic habits, toxic learned behavior, you know, and I haven't. I've definitely slugged through my process of self-love. I've been doing it, and I've been learning, and I've been figuring out who I am. And that's why I think self-love is a journey. It ain't no year-long process. It ain't no 2-week process, but I can get into that whole nother video. But yeah, that's why I think self-love is a journey, because I've spent my whole undergraduate experience just really figuring out who I am. But at the same time, I've spent it figuring out who everybody else was in my life as well. And I think I've looked and seen, my eyes have been open to a lot of the things that went on in my life that weren't okay, that I didn't even realize were like horrible things, you know. There are people in my life who I put on a pedestal, and I later realized as I got older that they wasn't what I thought they were as a child. So I literally just walked out of the WLA retreat, and as usual, we did this activity where we give affirmations and little letters and words to everyone. And this is my little bag, and I have all of mine in here, so I thought it would be a good idea for me to read these on camera. So, and I'm just gonna place them back in the bag when I'm done. So, I'm reading pretty fast. One says, be yourself and love yourself, but it doesn't think it was from. A leader at heart, I wish you success. Hashtag leadership role, hashtag nice, hashtag caring, hashtag funny, hashtag outgoing. I love your energy, beautiful. Stay the way you are. Thank you. Ambitious, responsible, strong, hardworking, strong values, beautiful, passionate, independent. You are so outspoken. I like how strong you are and how you share and defend your ideas. I defend my ideas. I'm outspoken. I guess you could say I'm outspoken. Stars don't shine without darkness, and when they do shine, they shine super bright that everyone sees them. You remind me of a star, strong and bright. Oh, thank you. You'll be the best lawyer this world will have. This world ever did see. Also, you are strong. Thank you. Tiana, you are so much stronger and amazing than you can ever imagine. I look forward to witnessing your continued success. I love you so much. We'll always be home for you. We'll always be here for you, Miss Haywood. That's my advisor, y'all. You're beautiful. You're a young woman. You're a beautiful young woman. Keep believing in yourself. Thank you. T, I love you so much. Maybe it's because we are so alike in so many ways, but still, I look up to you. But you need to learn how to look up to yourself. Oh, I love you, boo thing, little sister. I'm gonna try not to cry with these, but I can feel the floodgates opening. Tiana, my love, you are an inspiration. The way you are able to bounce back is amazing. Just want you to know that I'm praying for you. Keep shining, my love. Whichever law school you choose to go to will be more than blessed to have you. And remember to breathe. If you fall, 7 times. Yep, get up 8. Tiana, you are such a beautiful, focused young woman. I know your dreams are going to come true. Miss White. You are such a nice person with so many strengths and intelligence. I can't wait to see what the future has to hold for you as a future lawyer. T, you will achieve whatever you set your mind to. You are a strong and independent woman who deserves the world. To the best future lawyer. T, I can't see that at times you tend to underestimate yourself, and at times you become unsure about who you are as a person. I am very honest when I say you are truly an inspiration. After hearing you speak as sister to sister, I realize you have battles that you're still trying to understand. Realize that there is nothing wrong with that. You are beautiful. I've only been in the same room with you about a handful of times, but I can genuinely say that I look up and admire you as both a woman and as a human being. I see amazing things for you, and I don't even know you that well. You just generate grace and elegance, and I admire those qualities. I see you as so strong and so motivational, inspiring, beautiful, caring, and bright things in your future. Amani. Hey Tiana, every time you speak, I listen. Your views resonate with me. You have influence. I love you. I love your spirit and personality. God notices all the good that you do. You are an amazing person. Shiloh. T, you are really an inspiration to me. Although we're the same age, you have accomplished so much for yourself. I know things get tough sometimes, but you are grateful through all the struggles we see you. I wish you immense success. You're loved and keep speaking. You're up. Your voice makes a difference. It's the week of Halloween. It's the last week in October, and it just felt real busy. Like, it felt like I was constantly doing something every day. And there wasn't necessarily anything to, like, it didn't feel like there was necessarily anything to talk about. But on Monday, in therapy, I kind of talked to the therapist about, like, how I wouldn't say I don't care, because I definitely do care, but as far as everything that's going on with, all right, let me say it this way. If it's not helping me get into a law school, or my law school applications, get into law school applications, just my future post-graduation, making sure that my grades consistently say at an A, what else? If it's just not helping me towards my future, and if it's a hindrance, and if it feels like a hindrance on my future, I don't care, but it's not my main concern, I guess is what I could phrase. So yeah, if it's not helping me get towards my end goal, which is law school, making sure that I'm comfortable, what else? Law school, making sure I'm comfortable as far as law school is concerned in my future. Even if I decide to choose to take a gap year, like, if it's nothing that's helping me work towards that goal, I don't care. Like, and I don't know how to find a better word to say I don't care, but maybe I should say, like, it's not a priority to me right now, and I don't feel like I need to be giving it a certain amount of energy, because it's very frustrating and draining to give energy to things that just aren't serving you in a healthy way, you know? And I feel like all the things that do not help me towards that goal don't serve me in a healthy way. I feel like everything else really just thickens the plot of my life, and it doesn't have to, you know, because a lot of the things that that impact my life and that happen in my life, they are not a direct reflection of what I do, but they are a cause and a reaction, or a cause and effect of what other people do. But yeah, they're a reflection of what other people do, and I'm just kind of like, I'm tired of allowing people to, I feel like right now, 21, going on 22, 23, I feel like this is the time I need to take out to really and truly heal from all the traumatic things that I've experienced in my life, you know? And I won't be able to heal from all of them all at once. But I think it's time to really just start really committing to doing the work of healing. And I feel like putting up with a lot of shit that I put up with when I was younger, it will not be productive towards my healing experience. I personally feel like people get real uncomfortable when you put yourself first. They crave to be a priority. They crave to be important. They crave to be desired and loved, you know? And we all do. We all do to a certain extent. Because we're human beings, you know? So we want to be loved. We want to be desired, you know? I think people get real upset, though, when you place healthy boundaries that don't allow them to, they can't pretty much, you know, run all over you. They can't treat you bad anymore. They can't, you know, manipulate you. They can't. It amazes me to watch people switch up like that, how they could just really be, in one instance, you could be a great person, but the minute you are not doing what they want, the minute you are doing something that makes them uncomfortable with themselves. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to act like this nail is on. You know, we're going to act like it's there. It's on my finger. You know, because two things happened to me this morning. Like, two things occurred. And both of them just, like, made me think about how people have a crazy ass, like, disregard for you and your feelings, you know, you and what you got going on, you and your shit. Like, they really don't give a fuck. They don't. As long as it is not affecting them and they're comfortable. Like, you know, I keep coming on this camera and I keep saying the same thing. And it's almost sad, you know, because it's like, you know, you don't want them to be right. You don't want to be right about people. You don't want people to live up to the BS, you know. But at some point, it's like, if you are evaluating what you see, it's just going to continue. And like, I'm genuinely tired of getting advice, you know. And I don't really be asking many people for advice at this point in my life. But just even like go to a therapist and having the therapist look at you and be like, yeah, you should talk to people. I ain't saying that they, you know, they're wrong. You should talk to people. But I feel like you should talk to people and you should let people know how you feel. When those people are open to actually making a change, they're open to actually, like, do something about it. They care about the way they're making you feel. I think some people are well aware of how they make you feel and what they're doing. They just don't give a fuck. Excuse my language, but I really don't think I think some people know exactly what they're doing. They just don't care. When things happen in my life, just things that occur in my life, things that are important to me, no one, when things are falling apart for me, no one, like, in my life is like, yo, damn, I'm so mad that happened to T. Like, I wish I could do better for her. I wish I could help her. Niggas ain't doing that. Strangers, people that just met me, can be more supportive, can be more uplifting, can be more present than people that claim to hold me so near and dear to their heart. You know? Hope you're doing well. But for those people to support you and to reach out to you in your time of need and show up for you in ways that the people who claim to love you and consider you such a close friend or such a close family member, if those people aren't doing that, it's like it really makes you evaluate the behavior of the people in your life that you are allowing to share, you're allowing yourself to share energy with, because you're like, wow, you know, maybe if I was surrounded with those people more, I wouldn't feel this way all the time. Because I personally feel like when you're going through depression, anxiety, any mental illness, in general, the people that you're around and the things you're around and you engage with are very, very significant to the way you are processing that pain, that traumatic experience in your life. Because honestly, when you're in the brink of going through that mental illness, whether it be depression, anxiety, that is traumatic. You know, it's a traumatic experience, especially when you've never experienced it before. It's for sure a traumatic experience, you know. So to go through it is like, it's just really an eye-opener too. And the way some people have reacted to some of this stuff, it doesn't make me feel bad. Refresh. It's not that it doesn't make me feel bad. It doesn't make me think that they're all bad people. It doesn't make me think that all these people are bad people because they didn't respond the way I would have liked or react the way I would have liked or provided the support that I needed. Because, you know, sometimes people can only meet you, and I'm not making excuses, but I'm saying people can only meet you as far as they've gone. You know, I can't fault people because I've learned some things in my journey before them, because I'm sure they've learned things in their journey before me. However, I can hold them accountable for the way that their actions make me feel. And I personally, moving forward in my life within the next couple of months, I'm going to hold people accountable by limiting my interaction with them and allowing myself to surround myself with people who do make me feel like they support me, you know. And then while surrounding myself with that, I will continue to, instead of pouring all this love out to so many people at such a high level, to pour some of that love and honestly majority of that love into myself, because it's going to be hard for me to receive love, right, if I don't have it here within myself, because I always expect people to overcompensate for the love I'm not giving myself. To have my own damn serenity and just feel like I know my head from my foot. And that's what I've been lacking in the last couple months. Honestly, like the last majority of this year. I wanted to say like the last 6 months, but low key, it's been like 7 to 8 months. However, I really lost my marbles in the 6 months. So I'll say the last 6 months of 2019, you know, I just could not grasp and get a hold of my peace again, you know. And I could not go to law school or excel in law school living the way I did before. All of this happened. I don't think I would have did well in law school if I was still continuing to put people before me, not practicing self-care, draining myself, allowing myself to be sucked into other people's problems, other people's resentment, other people's failures, other people's responsibility, allowing myself to continue to be friends in friendships, relationships that did not serve me. I don't think I needed to go into law school still practicing those things. I think if I did, I don't think I would have done well. I think it would have hindered my performance. And I think maybe I needed to learn that. I probably made this lesson that needed to be learned a lot harder than it needed to be, because I was still adamant about continuing to show up for everyone, still adamant about needing to be so many things rather than just saying I can't, I'm done. if that was the case, it just helped me learn a greater lesson, and it helped me figure things out. And I feel like it also, like, I'm just really grateful that I was able to see, you know, some of the things I was able to see while I've been going through this. It really, really allowed me to see how people, how they'll treat me at the end of the day. I'm just gonna be 100% honest in this video, because it would just be pointless otherwise. I literally feel bad and guilty for putting myself first or sticking up for myself, and you're not even thinking about how all of this is affecting me. You're not considering that I'm hurting, that I'm going through a transition, that I'm trying my best. You never even tell me that you appreciate, really nobody cares. And even if there are people who care, like, the people that should care don't care. She didn't say sorry. She didn't say thank you for being so independent. I'm proud of you. She didn't say any of that. I'm tired. I'm so tired. And even if now there's a real legitimate reason, there's a real legitimate excuse for why I have to feel this way, I'm so over it. Like I never got to be a kid. I never did. And now that I'm working so hard to put myself where I need to be, like, nobody sees that. Like, I'm holding on by a thread. Every day I have to beg myself to get out of bed in the morning. Like, I lay there and I say, Tiana, come on, get up. Like, come on, you can do it. Get up. Don't lay here, just get up. I just want to get so far away. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Feel like I'm being made out to be a villain, and I just feel like I'm being mistreated in so many different spaces from so many different people in my life, and I just feel like I'm fighting for my life. Like, you know, I feel like there's very little that I've been holding on to. But when your family doesn't feel like a family, and you just feel like a complete outcast in more ways than one, what do you do? I'm the hero until I'm not hero enough. I'm the hero of the family until I can't do what people want of me, until I can't. If I can't do what they want when they want and how they want it, it's not love.